How's it going, everyone? It's Milwaukee coming back at you once again, and today we're going to be discussing Batman, the Gates of Gotham, plotted out by Scott Snyder and Kyle Higgins. Let's get into it. Someone out there has just blown up 3 bridges all across Gotham that are linked to prominent Gotham families. Then they go on to blow up buildings also linked to those same prominent families: the Waynes, the Cobblepots, and the Elliots. And as Thomas Elliot, also known as Hush, is locked in Arkham Asylum, this new villain in the scene shows up and breaks Hush out of the Arkham Asylum because he's, again, one of these members of these prominent families. So while all this is going on, Dick Grayson Batman, Damian Wayne Robin, Cassandra Cain Black Bat, and Timothy Drake Red Robin, they're going all over Gotham trying to solve who is blowing up these buildings and what exactly are the gates of Gotham. Well, it turns out this new villain, he calls himself the Architect, and he's wearing this old-time, diving suit, and he's the last descendant of one of the master builders who built these bridges, who built the Gotham skyline way back in the day for Alan Wayne. And the reason why he's going on this killing spree here in the modern day is because, well, you're going to have to read to find out, but let's just say his relative that he descended from was locked away in Arkham Asylum and betrayed by these families. So as for my thoughts on Batman, the Gates of Gotham, I really thought it was an interesting premise, giving, Gotham City like an origin story here. We see it all the time in the Bat books. You got the Wayne or Wonder Tower there. You got all these big bridges. And now it's kind of nice to know, like, oh, this one's the Wayne Bridge. This one's the Cobblepot Bridge. And, of course, they had their names changed and stuff. But, like I said, it's an interesting premise by Scott Snyder and Kyle Higgins here. Focusing on the builders, though, didn't really care about them. The old-time Waynes, Cobblepots, Elliots, and the Canes, that stuff was pretty interesting, seeing how one was the mayor, and, the Waynes always had prominent influence, and, the Elliots and the Canes and whatnot, what they were doing, how they're politicking, get this bridge built here so we can go to, my area of Gotham or whatever, so we could bring, into tourism and stuff. But ultimately, I just feel like the story fell flat. Great art, but there was a fill-in artist or two, so it, again, if it was all just done by one guy, you would have had a pristine-looking book. But instead, they had to have the old issue 3 fill-in artist come in, totally jarring. And this book was released, again, like right before the New 52, so they were just rushing everything. A lot of top-tier creators were already working ahead on their New 52 stuff. So, not that Scott Snyder and Kyle Higgins are top tier. It's just, like when they have to switch out the artists and stuff, you kind of understand it. But man, if this would have had the same artist all throughout, it would have been like a pretty great standalone, beautiful looking book. But it's got its moments, but ultimately, the villain being the descendant of one of the builders that was betrayed by the Waynes, whatever, I don't know if this guy ever shows up again. Probably not. Some people say he's like the precursor to the Court of Owls that Scott Snyder does in the New 52. Maybe he sort of has that aesthetic, but owls or nothing weren't mentioned, so who knows. Maybe there'll be retcon in the Court of Owls, and I'll pick up on it there. But as far as this volume goes, there's just really much ado about nothing. I'll go ahead and give it 3 out of 5. It didn't overstay its welcome, but it wasn't light my world on fire either. So until next time, I'll see you there.